Hi, are you losing inspiration following through on your fitness goals to stay in good shape? Or did you just join the fitness journey and it appears to be an uphill task and you wonder if you have what it takes to actually get all the way there? Well, if you do, then I have good news for you. And it's not going to cost you anything financially, it's just going to require you to move some things around in your head, a mental hack that will help you to actually accomplish these things. Alright? So the first thing you need to understand is coasting. You need to get to the point in your fitness regime where you are coasting. Just like it is with cars, you can coast. That is, you don't have to apply so much force or energy or effort to actually achieve the particular speed at which you are moving in. So in the same way, when it comes to fitness, there's going to be a place you will get to that you will not require any effort. You will not need to psych yourself, you will not need to be inspired, you will not need to be cajoled, you would just be ready. So the hard thing is getting to that point, right? Getting to that point is what is hard. And that's what I'm going to share with you, how to get to that point. And I'll share you some personal experience on how I got to that point. Two major things to consider that will help you focus and coast. And remember when I said it, when you coast, you are sustained, right? So working out will be a thing of beauty for you. Working out will be easy for you. But how do you get to that point where you are coasting with respect to fitness and staying in shape? Two things. One, strengthening your why, your WHY. Then the second thing was you need to think about the dividends. I'll break them down right now. So now, strengthening your why. Strengthening your why, let's put it this way. Looking at the bigger picture. There has to be a bigger picture to these things that you're doing. There has to be a reason. There has to be the why. Why are you doing what you're doing? Why do you want to be in good shape? What's the motivation, right? What is the real reason why you are trying to be in shape? You need to have a good reason. That's why I call it strengthening your why. For everybody it's different, you see, because we're all at different places in our lives and we all have different visions and different goals. For somebody it could be financial. Maybe you are in the sporting world, or you are in the fashion or beauty world and you need to stay in shape to get a role or something. Then you understand why you need to stay in shape, right? For somebody else it could be health. It could be that you need to stay in shape to avoid having a higher BMI than you currently have, or you are at risk for stroke or diabetes or hypertension, so you need to stay in shape. But the most important thing is to have a strengthened why. And when you have that strengthened why, you're doing what you're doing, all of a sudden something happens, right? What happens is this. Working out no longer is a goal anymore. Working out becomes a task. So you have a goal, and the goal is the bigger picture. Then working out and staying in shape is now a task within that bigger picture. So all of a sudden, it's no more the focus anymore. And that takes your mind away from it. So the pressures that came with the reason why you have to work out and getting inspiration and motivation to work out automatically go away, because you are now focusing on something else, right? That is a little bit bigger than the working out itself. Let me share an example and my personal experience and how I started coasting when it comes to fitness and staying in shape. The bigger picture here, how I strengthened my why, so to speak. At about 12, 13, I fell in love with basketball. At this time, I was a skinny kid. My nickname in school then was Lifeless. I was very skinny, smallish, with a big head and big teeth. But I could dance very well. But I couldn't do anything physical like sports. I couldn't run, I couldn't play football or anything. But I now fell in love with basketball. So I used to watch basketball a lot, and now I wanted to play the game. So I started going to the basketball court. Here I am. We're choosing sides, right? We're choosing what team to fall into, and you have to shoot free throws to fall into a team. Right there's a younger guy, about 7, 8 years old, who is shooting from the free throw line, and the ball is hitting the backboard and bouncing off. But here I am, I shoot from the free throw line and my ball can't get to the rim. An air ball, if you understand basketball, I couldn't shoot at 12, 13, I couldn't shoot the ball for the ball to get to the rim. I tried with all my strength. I didn't have enough strength. So I was concerned because the younger guy, I was made fun of that day. The younger guy could shoot the ball and the ball would go so far, but I could not. I was just a weak guy. So I was inspired because of the love of the game. You see, the love for the game inspired me right now. Not just because I wanted to be stronger, but the love of the game, because I wanted to be able to play this game. I went back home and I started doing push-ups. And squats and other things. This is just a young kid doing all of these things. But I began to get stronger, right? Automatically, I began to get stronger. So in a matter of weeks and months, here I am playing the game stronger. I even became a lot stronger as I began to grow taller and bigger. And I wanted to dunk the basketball. So I found out about air alerts. That was a particular exercise back then. So here I am doing air alerts exercises to improve my jumping ability. And all of a sudden, I'm able to dunk the ball with one hand, with two hands, and all of that. But that was because I was inspired. I wasn't looking at air alerts or the push-ups. I wasn't doing those things because I wanted to just do push-ups. I was doing them because I wanted to achieve something more. I wanted to actually play basketball. I wanted to be strong enough to be considered as someone that you put on your team. I wanted to be someone that could jump and dunk the basketball. So what am I trying to say here? There was a bigger picture, right? There was a bigger picture for me, and it was what? Basketball. But guess what? The benefit was that because I was doing these things consistently, I got to the point that I began to coast. So it now became part of me. So working out, exercising every morning or every afternoon or every evening, as far as where, was part of my lifestyle. I've been working out like every single day. So it has become part of me. So even though I don't play basketball like I used to anymore, working out now is part and parcel of my life. So it's just there. I don't have to struggle to do this anymore. It's coasting. So what made me coast? The love for the game, the love for sports, and the desire to be a partaker of the sport made me have the discipline. And that discipline brought me to the point that I'm coasting. So like I said, you need to coast. And to coast, you need to strengthen your why. So strengthening your why is done when you are looking at something bigger than the task at hand. So strengthening your why is clear. You have to have a bigger picture in mind. For instance, it could be health. So you've been diagnosed with hypertension, you've been diagnosed with diabetes. It could be anything. And you now want to actually take this thing head on. Or you are trying to prevent yourself from being in this position where you'll be diagnosed with these things. It might be in your family, so you know that, okay, if I don't work out now, if I don't put myself in shape right now, I'm going to end up like this. So you're trying to avoid that. So that becomes your driving force. So all of a sudden now you are concerned about not becoming that thing. It begins to push you. So you are pushed to work out because you don't want the outcome that is obvious and inevitable if you do not work out. So it's your life. You're on the treadmill right now. You are staring death in the face. So you're running on the treadmill. You're having a war. It's like a battle. You're like, hey, yo, I'm gonna win. I'm winning. So you're not going to be wanting anyone to inspire you to go do that. You're not going to need anyone to be a partner. Oh, I don't have a partner, that's why I can't work out right now. No. But sometimes, just like it is with any other thing, you will find people of like passion. Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen came together and they became a tandem, right? You have Shaq and Kobe, Dwayne Wade and LeBron James, they came together, but they had their journey, individually until they came together. When they came together, their passion was an equal yoke, and they came and they formed a team, and their team did great, right? So if you can find a partner who's like-minded, who has same passion and same goals with you for similar tasks, then excellent. But if you don't find one, you have to be self-motivated in these things, right? Because you have your own life to live, you have your own race to run. So you're looking at it that way. So you have your goals set, and you have your tasks. And these tasks are the things that you're talking about right now, which is the exercises, which are going to help you to achieve this goal, whatever the goal may be that you set for yourself. So secondly, like I said, there are two things to consider. The first thing is strengthening your why, which is what I just explained with all the examples I gave. The second thing is remembering the dividends. Like I said, beyond the goal, which is, for instance, reducing your BMI, getting the role in a particular movie, or you're a model, getting the parts, or getting into a team because you are now fit enough to do all the things you're supposed to do. Whatever your goal might have been to stay fit. Beyond those things, there are little dividends here and there, which are extremely beneficial. Even the Bible says, bodily exercise profited little. There's that which it does for you. Mentally you are sharper, you sleep better. These are just some examples which you must think on. And this second phase, or rather this second thing I'm talking about now, which is the dividends, they help you and they inspire you and they spur you on when you have started coasting, especially because you are like, wow, these are things that you're going to be experiencing daily. Like I said, you are mentally sharper when you work out regularly. You are mentally sharper, your memory is sharper, your judgment is quicker, you sleep better, which is a very important thing. Your metabolism is good, you sleep better. Like I said, you are able to go to bed and sleep well without having to wake up 3, 4, 5 times a night. You're able to go to bed and sleep and wake up feeling, refreshed. That's another advantage. Then of course, without saying, sexually you are better, better endurance. Your spouse is definitely going to be happier. Better endurance, more creativity. You know what I mean, right? It goes without saying. So these are the dividends, just some of the dividends that come with living healthy. Your heart is strengthened. You have better cardiovascular health, and that puts you at an advantage. You just feel better. These are things that you can't really explain with words. You just feel more alive. You are more positive. So let me put all these things out there for you to actually think about these things. So this is 2021. Take charge of your life, right? Take charge of your life and make sure you are the best version of who you are, who you can be. That's what I would tell you. Make sure you are the best version of who you can be. So stay in good shape. You will have yourself to thank for it later on. Have a lovely one.